country where home insulation is a given, it was a shock to find out how poorly built and prepared many houses are here for the Uruguay winter. A reader asked me what frustrates me about daily life here. I'm a Brit living in Montevideo, the capital of Uruguay. I could be living anywhere in the world, but I chose Uruguay over 2 decades ago and I absolutely love it. These are some of the things that irritate me, in no particular order, about day-to-day life in Uruguay. Convoluted tax system. Uruguayans are sticklers for rules and regulations and doing things by the book. And to be honest, I appreciate it. It certainly flies in the face of stereotypes about Latin American corruption and bribery, and some bureaucracy in Uruguay, like paying bills, is now incredibly streamlined and easy. But not being able to do my own taxes as a sole trader because the system is so convoluted is definitely frustrating. I even know MBAs who throw up their hands and hired somebody to do their taxes for them because they weren't able to do it themselves. A lack of glamour. When asked what she wished she had known before she came to Uruguay, my friend Edie said she wished she had not wasted valuable luggage space on the expensive high heels she never got to wear. People don't get dressed up much in Uruguay, not even when they go out to dinner or the theatre. Sometimes they just look like they're waiting for a bus or something. Most of the time, I love the freedom from convention, but sometimes I confess I long for a bit of glamour. No real chips or French fries for my US readers. Chips made from actual real potatoes sliced in a kitchen are hard to come by. In fact, when I've asked at a restaurant if their chips were real, the proud response was, yes, we only use insert brand name of the frozen fries. Fortunately, the situation is improving and practically all of the restaurants that we recommend on Guruguay do have real chips. Poorly insulated homes. Coming from a country where home insulation is a given, it was a shock to find out how poorly built and prepared many houses are here for the Uruguay winter. Combined with the high utility costs and damp from the ocean and the Rio de la Plata, many newcomers to Uruguay are condemned to a miserable first winter when they arrive. My first winter in rented accommodation, it was truly miserable. During the day, it was actually colder inside the house than it was outside. I was just kind of like hunched over a radiator and touching the tip of my nose, and it was really cold. And I was paying a fortune in electricity bills besides. Barking dogs. Uruguayans absolutely love their dogs, but in my experience, they don't tend to train them well. To make it matters worse, owners tend to think that it's perfectly normal for a dog to bark a lot. It's common to have several dogs, especially in the countryside, for security purposes. So expect quizzical looks and limited action when you complain to your neighbor about their incessantly barking pooches. I should say, I had a dog myself, but he doesn't bark. When I went to complain, the response would be, well, what do you expect? It's a dog. Graffiti. The streets of Montevideo are lined with gorgeous Art Deco buildings. In fact, one Art Deco expert said to me that he had never seen so much Art Deco in a city in the world, like all across the city. But unfortunately, tagging and graffiti has made more than one unsuspecting visitor to Montevideo imagine that Montevideo had a serious gang problem. It really makes me sad. It was bloody annoying when my own home was repeatedly graffitied. There's also outstanding street art. That's amazing. That's art. These are fun. I'm enjoying these. I'm enjoying these. Poor customer service. The customer is really right in Uruguay. I don't mind it that in general staff are not particularly friendly, but what is truly frustrating is to have a legitimate complaint go to the cash register and be met by a defensive rather than a helpful or a sympathetic response. Customer service has definitely started to improve. Businesses are aware of the situation and, interestingly, are choosing a lot of the recent recent arrivals that have come from Venezuela, Dominicans, like super friendly, really good idea of customer service. But neither expect automatic refunds nor helpful service. It's so frustrating to have to accept a credit note, even when the goods you're returning are faulty. But that is common practice here. No place is perfect, right? Do you have a rant to share? Feel free to post in the comment. Also see the 7 things that I absolutely love about daily life in Uruguay.